I love a horse that'll put its head down when you bridle it, so you're not reaching up here and fighting with getting the bit in their mouth. I like a loop rein. You don't have to worry about dropping a rein when you're riding these babies. So when I get on a horse, I want to step in here really close to him, and I want to bend his nose a little bit as I put my foot in the stirrup. So I'm really get close to where you're not pulling the saddle to the side, so he can just keep his feet planted. You just get used to hopping right up and just rub him. If he moves his feet, I just stay right here. So I move this other stirrup, make sure he's aware of what's happening on both sides. Then I simply step over and swing in there. Now I just want to make sure he's comfortable with standing here on a loose rein without moving. The first few rides I don't like to pull on their face, and so I just kind of let him walk around here and kind of go where he wants. I'm just gonna be a passenger. So I just let him walk around on his own. Want to make sure he's really comfortable without pulling on their face for a few rides. This colt's been ridden several times, so he is good. But when I do take a hold of him, I simply lift my rein. I'll reach down with one rein or the other, reach down here 16 inches from the bit and just bend him. And I put my hand right here on my hip and make sure he just bends to a stop. The more you bend them, the better control you have. So I'll just bend him each way. Now we'll talk about correct posture. When you sit on a horse, it's real important that you just stay really balanced. So there's a few details that make a lot of difference. Number one is you sit really deep and relaxed in the saddle. Your legs are soft and limber and relaxed. But to maintain proper balance, you keep your toes up, heels down. And the easiest way to keep your toes up is point them out to the side a little bit. That keeps you really balanced and sitting upright. So then, I also liken riding to dancing. When you want to turn, you look where you want to turn, point, open your left leg to go left, and close your right leg. It's like dancing. You open the door to turn, you close your outside leg to just show them to just go through that open door. So when they're going where you want, your legs are straight down and very relaxed with your toes pointing out. So when we turn right, I look, point right, open my right leg, close my left leg. So he's walking around, guiding really relaxed, just guiding really easy. And it's like flying an airplane. You don't just jump in the plane and take off. You got to make sure all the controls are working. So we want to make sure he's walking around here guiding really easy. Then we'll just simply speed him up and see how he does at the trot. So when you want to go faster, you point your hand, inhale, squeeze your calves a little bit. When he trots, then you relax again. You stay looking where you want to go, See how well he trots. So we'll get 2 circles at the trot. And we'll sit back and kiss and see if he'll canter. The more relaxed you are, the more relaxed they are. And they can tell if you're tense or relaxed. So you really want to stay relaxed. When you want to slow down, you just get heavy and think slow and exhale. There he's slowing down. There he goes. I just simply use my energy to dictate his energy. So he's loped around to the right, so now we'll see how he does to the left. So I look out, point, build my energy, inhale, squeeze. There he goes at a trot. It's very important to stay balanced with the horse. And I'll explain that. When a horse is standing or walking, 60% of their weight is on their front legs. But when they trot, it's 50-50, so you want to just sit really straight. Their front and back legs are moving equal. But when they canter, 60% of their weight transfers to their back end, which is their driving power to drive them forward. They need to elevate their shoulder. A lot of people naturally lean forward. You're interfering with their balance, so you want to sit back and duplicate their balance. So you sit back a little bit and push them, and it helps them elevate their shoulder. But if you lean forward, your weight's on the shoulder, and that'll make them kick up their heels and they'll want to buck a little bit. So it's very important, especially with these babies, to stay balanced with them to get along better. So to canter, you simply want to sit back and push them forward. Then as they gain speed, then they start pulling with their front legs also, and then you can lean forward like a jockey and get some aerodynamics for faster speed. But to start these babies, I always like to keep it slow and simple. And when he's guiding really good in the round pen, I don't like to spend a lot of time in the round pen. I want to get him out and show him the world. Give him a lot of things to look at. Whoa. And I liken it to kids in school. If you just gave them one subject, they'd get pretty bored. And a lot of people spend so much time in the round pen doing the same thing over and over. These horses get bored. So you want to keep their interest by showing them a lot of things. So I like to, when they're riding around for a few days and everything's good, I like to get them out and let them see the world. So with that, we'll call that a good session for the round pen. So we're here in our 160-foot round pen where we do our focused riding exercises. We have my student Lauren with us today. She's 8 years old. She's been riding for almost a year now. About on the average every 2 to 3 weekends she comes out and rides for an hour. So with that, we'll show you our focused riding exercises. We start these exercises by, I'm gonna have Lauren ride around this cone. And the idea is to make sure that this horse is guiding really easy at a walk, and just make sure that she gives her face, gives her shoulder, and gives her hip. So we do this exercise around the cone, and I'm gonna have her see what a pretty circle she can do, about 6 feet. So she's got to stay 3 feet away from the cone all the way around. So back her up. There you go. So I'm gonna have her reach down about 16 inches from the bit and put her hand above her knee and just walk around that cone. She's gonna use her left leg to make sure the horse stays 3 feet away, and then her right leg to make sure she don't go too far away from the cone. Then she's gonna stop, say whoa. Okay, good. So now walk and turn to the right and just do a big circle and come back to the cone and circle to the right. There you go. So now we're gonna go the other way. So she's gonna reach down, loosen the left rein as you pull the right one. Keep your hand on your leg. Atta girl, good. Squeeze with both legs, keep her going. Good job. She's gonna walk around, good. Keep going, keep going. Up, back her up. That's okay. This exercise might seem easy, but there's 90% of the horses today that couldn't do this exercise very well. So this is a very powerful exercise to make sure these horses guide really smooth. There you go, squeeze, good. There's one circle, squeeze, good. One more, one more, one more. Okay, stop. Okay, good. Now, she's giving her face, she's yielding her shoulder and her hip. So now what we're gonna do, what we do is ride around the bases. So between the two center cones is home base. When she goes to the right, that's first base, second base, third base, and back to home base. So I'm gonna have her walk around the bases and make sure she's guiding really straight. So when she goes to the right, I want to make sure that her right rein is a little choked up more than the left rein. So if she needs to guide her, so I'm going to illustrate this really quick before we start her. So I'm going to ride straight to first base. If he goes out, then my right rein goes in and I push him back over with my left leg. So he's out. So if he gets too far in, then I'm going to lift my right rein and push his shoulder over to the left, make sure he's guiding really straight. So that's how we guide these horses and make sure there's cadence. So we just cue them the same every time. So lift the rein and your right leg to push him out. Lift the right rein in to bring him in. Okay, Lauren, go ahead. So I'm going to have her walk to first base, and if she's guiding really good, I'm going to have her go ahead and trot to second base. Ooh. Okay, she guided really straight there, so now she's going to trot. She's going to sit straight up, keeping her toes out. She's going to keep a loose rein unless she needs to guide her. So now she's going around the bases. Now she's going to make a small circle, which the back side of the circle is going to line up with first base and third base. So it's kind of an egg-shaped circle. So she's trotting really nice. She's going to come back through home base. Then I'm going to have her canter around the bases. So she's going to sit back and keep her right leg forward and her left leg back to see if she'll take the right lead. There she goes. Good job. Keep your hands forward. Good. Beautiful. Good. Keep her cantering. Go straight. Now do your small circle. Okay, she's cantering really slow, matching Lauren's energy. Now we're gonna have her go faster. So go ahead and ask her to go a little faster. There you go, guide her straight. There you go, good. Choke up on your rein a little bit. Good job. Okay, look up and say, whoa. Good job. So we want to make sure these horses are tuned into our energy. So she was pushing her faster and she looked up and said, whoa, pushed her feet forward. That's what gives you the stop. So she's just going to let her sit and relax because she's guiding really good. And with that, she's going to go the other direction. So go ahead and turn her, back her up, back and rock her back and turn. Good. Stop, get her straight. Okay, now choke up on your left rein and loosen the right one. There you go. Keep your left leg forward and your right leg back. Okay, walk to first. Good. Choke up on your rein a little bit and keep your hands in front of the horn. Good. Just walk to second. Walk to second and then trot back to home base. So look up to third base, trot, good. See how slow you can trot. Good job. So it's very important to stay focused on your energy and riding a really straight line and only using your hands and legs when you absolutely need to. When you do, it's the same. You lift your direct rein and push that shoulder out to bring them out, and you lift your hand in to go in. Good job. Okay, when you get back to the middle of home base, then canter. So sit back and kiss. Good job. Look up and say, whoa. Okay, back up. Stop. Okay, so now the horse is guiding really good around the bases. She's really tuned into the rider.